Hello, McKinley students. So it's Miss Miller again, and I am going to give you a little bit about what you're going to be doing today for science class. We're going to continue our research on different body systems. So today our focus is going to be something called the respiratory system. Now, you guys are probably fairly familiar with the respiratory system because it is the system that is responsible for your breathing. Now, I have a couple of kind of weird, like little things where you can kind of get to know your respiratory system before we get started. So, one of the first things to kind of show you is you can actually interact with some different pieces of your respiratory system. So, in particular, there's this tube that goes down through your throat, and this is called your larynx or your trachea. Actually, would be a better way of saying that. So, if you feel at your throat and you at the front of your throat, you feel this spot that is kind of like there's these hard, like round things that go around your throat. That is actually your trachea. Another name that people have for that is your windpipe. So you can actually feel air go through your windpipe, which is like super weird. So, what you do is if you take your tongue and you curl it to the back of your mouth. So, like, kinda like you're trying to touch the uvula, which is that thing that hangs down in the back of your mouth, so act like you're trying to touch that, but don't actually, like, make yourself gag. And then what I want you to do is I want you to breathe through your nose, not through your mouth while you're doing it, and what you'll be able to do is you'll actually be able to feel the air passing through from your nose, through the back of your throat, um, down into your trachea. So give it a second, give it a try. It's kinda weird, isn't it? So, anyway, that's something kind of weird with your respiratory system. I always have students do. So, your job today is going to be researching about the respiratory system. So, your teacher will have handed out a sheet to you. At the top of the sheet, what you are going to be responsible for is drawing a diagram of the system. So, like the important parts of the system, and you're going to be labeling the different parts. On the back, you're going to notice where you have the names of the different parts of your respiratory system, and you're going to be listing the function or the job of that particular part of the system. And then you are going to need to fill in this statement down here at the bottom. We breathe in something and we breathe out something. So you're going to need to try and figure out what those things are. But Miss Miller, where am I supposed to be learning about these things? Like, well, never fear, I gotcha. So, respiratory system, I made you a website that has all of the information that you're going to need for this assignment. So, there are diagrams at the top for you to look at while you draw your diagram. If you want to use color while you use make your diagram, that's perfectly fine. If you want to use just pencil, that's okay too. I am going to say you do need to label the different parts as you are drawing. There are some websites with some information for you if you want to use that. There's a reading that you can do. And then I did put videos down here that kind of explain the different pieces if that's a better way for you to be able to figure that out. I will warn you, the one down at the very bottom can be a little gross. So if you're going to do that one, just be prepared. All right. And enjoy researching the respiratory system, and I will see you tomorrow.